All right. Well, good morning, dear ones. We are So2, and this is SOTUesday for the 11th day of July, 7/11. Lucky numbers in 2017. And we welcome you after our brief hiatus, in which this one was quite productive in the things that he did. And we're not going to pat him on the back because it will dislocated his arm, but it was a dynamic of manifestation that he was perhaps unaccustomed to in the past. So, that being said, we are back, and we are back with a certain message and a certain, perhaps, understanding of the things that each of you faces in a personal way, but also as a species. And it is at the special level, at the level of the entire species, that you are being faced with that inner urge, that inner pushing forward, that inner desire to be more, the demand of the reflection of your reality to become the peacemakers, to become actual problem solvers. And yet, at the same time, those of you that are going to be handed the, what shall we say, the implements of power, have been and are being so divided against yourselves and so fractionalized, and those memes that are being perpetrated in your world are being meant to separate you and to, it doesn't matter what part of social justice you are a warrior for. They have you down to a point where you are subdivided so much that you have really no real dynamic of empowerment. You can get a few hundred, a few thousand, maybe 10,000 people marching with you, but there are not those 150, 250,000 person marches that there were in the past, and that is simply because of the fact you have been divided against yourselves. And those of you that are of the younger generation, and we certainly do mean 25 and below, are the ones that have this underlying understanding of morality, this underlying belief. They call you snowflakes, but you are only snowflakes because you are divided against yourselves. You are only snowflakes because you have been marginalized and fractionalized and made to believe that this is more important than that, or that is more important than this. And when the whole dynamic of social justice means the entirety of the dynamic, and yet you cannot find one's banner to stand under. And that is where the Peace Genesis Project comes in the dynamic of the anticipation of peace and the understanding that peace begins with enough for all. And if you can find a banner to stand under, if you understand that even the most primitive of species needs food, water, and shelter in order to subsist, but the movement into an advanced species means that you also accept the fact that shelter, healthcare, and education are most important for an equal start. And if that happened in your world, what a whole different world you could create. That those that are looking for war, those that are looking for strife, those that are looking for heroism are going to have to find another place to incarnate. For that is ultimately the dynamic. As you change the dynamic of the reality, it gives those energies that are wishing to experience that polarity of energy, that intensity of energy, they have to find another place to incarnate. And there are plenty of places in the universe in order to have that experience. So if you begin to understand that, and you can begin to find banners to come together and to stand under, to not be called snowflakes and allow yourselves to be snowflakes, but to have your groups, to have your fractionalized pieces come together under a banner of understanding that peace is not a dynamic that is a mental thought. It is a dynamic of emotional experience that only comes from the dynamics of safety and security. So face your problems, become the peacemakers, become the problem solvers, think beyond the box, and you will begin to create those dynamics that you are here to create. Certainly gain wisdom from those that have been down the road before. But you are here to create something brand new. Something beyond the polarities. Something beyond the duality. To be able to claim the fact that you as a species have moved into individuation. But you understand that complete individuation, that complete dynamic of identity has gone too far. And that you have lost contact with each other. The dynamic of the ancient human, connected collectively, has almost been lost forever on an instinctual level. So, the movement now has to be one of choice. Will you choose to transform as a species? Transformation is a conscious movement. Will you become the species that begins to measure yourself by how well the least of you are doing, not how well the best of you are doing? Will you begin to understand and move to that place? Is that the enlightenment? Is that the ascension? Is that the dynamic of transformation? Well, it's up to you, dear ones. It begins with the dynamic of choice. Who will you choose to be? Will you choose to evolve? Because evolve you must. If you force your reality to give you a reflection of gloom and doom, then that's what you will have allowed. Or, if you begin to have the realization that there are possibilities beyond those that you can think of right now because of your limited beliefs, because of the amount of fear that is being instilled in you, because of many different ways that are seeking to distract you, are seeking to keep you from actually focusing your empowerment, the empowerment that each and every one of you has, through the understanding that simply by realizing that you create your reality through your beliefs about the divine, your beliefs about your worthiness and your connection with the inner realms, your beliefs around who you are and who you use word to state yourself to be in your world, what you believe around love and betrayal and loss, what you understand around thinking and feeling, what your beliefs are around creativity and sexuality, and your beliefs, most importantly, about safety and security. For dear ones, that is what you are here to create. A dynamic of safety and security for you and those that will come beyond. We are SOTU. We love you all so very, very much, and this has been SOTUesday for the 11th day of July in 2017. Until the next time we close, sending you peace, sending you happiness, sending you joy.